It's book club week here at Temple Shalom. And even if you haven't read the Aleppo Codex by Mati Friedman, you probably can, like before we discuss it near the end of Shabbat. But so, no matter what, it's worth reading, even if you haven't. Um, it's about, among other things, the master copy of the Hebrew Bible, of the Tanakh, the Masoretic edition. The Masoretes lived about 1,000 years ago, mainly in the north of Israel, around Tiberias, and they wrote down all the notes for how to make a proper Hebrew Bible and a proper Torah scroll, which is important because there are certain rules about how we approach it. One of them we find this week in the first aliyah of this week's Torah portion of Pinchas. There's a slash through the vav in the word shalom. Normally, a word or a letter that is broken into pieces renders the whole Torah scroll not kosher for synagogue reading, but here the Masoretes note it is a required moment that the vav in shalom is broken into two pieces. Now, the reasons for this I'm not going to get into. I just want to note that one, there are rules with exceptions, and this is a super important aspect of life and Jewish life, is to recognize that just because there's a rule that you follow almost all the time doesn't mean that it's followed all the time. You have to be aware of when there's an exception. And two, these rules only come with deep study. Now, one of the other things that comes out of the Aleppo Codex is be careful who you trust. So both of these things are relevant. If you haven't read the book, it's worth doing. Join us tomorrow night as we talk about it, and Shabbat Shalom.